I don't care what anyone says, Chainsaw Man absolutely delivered on the hype. Every aspect of this episode was simply phenomenal. We start off with this amazingly animated first-person shot of Denji simply walking through an alley to an ominous door. Simplistic in nature, but this scene is so meticulously crafted to create an unsettling atmosphere. The camera movement actually swaying as Denji moves, his breaths and footsteps echoing throughout the alley, and the music peering in as he walks closer and closer to the door are just a few details of this dense scene. Great start. Then he wakes up in this dusty ass shed. Not much better than a nightmare, not gonna lie. Denji gets up and goes to work, and the outside is tranquil. The sun is out, the birds are chirping, the grass is green. It's almost beautiful. It's almost like this isn't the grotesque nightmare that is Chainsaw Man. We learn more about Denji, about the insane measure he takes to earn money. He literally sold one of his nuts. But it's even worse when you see how much debt he is in. 38 million yen. Oh my god! Bro, that's like $250,000. Holy shit. No wonder he needs money so bad. We then see my boy, Pochita! And the more I think about it, the more weird he is. Like, if I was anime only, I would be confused as to why there's a Chainsaw Man dog with a cord as a tail on my screen. It's actually pretty fucking confusing the more I think about it. And why is he so... Something about this is funny as hell to me. This is where Chainsaw Man starts to show his true colors, as we see this disgusting tomato devil thing. But unfortunately, it gets rudely interrupted by the opening. Like, oh my god, fucking hell. Why did they put this why? This is the greatest opening of all time. But seriously, this is a masterpiece of an opening that deserves an entirely separate video. My favorite scene is the one where Denji is clawing his way out of God knows what this is. The art style and animation just absolutely stunning. Like, this is top 10 best anime things I've ever seen, period. It captures this swirling feeling of desperation with its liquidy art style that looks amazing. Well done, Mappa. Well done. I also forgot to mention that the actual music is fire, bro. That shit already in the Spotify playlist. After cleaning up the tomato devil, this Yakuza guy pays Denji 400,000 yen. Well, kinda. After a bunch of BS fees, left, right hook, he is left with 70,000 yen. After even more BS bills, he is left with a measly 1,800 yen. That's $12, my guy. And that guy lasts for a month. His dinner is literally a slice of bread, and he shares it with Pochita, meaning that he even eats less than a slice of bread. We then hear about Denji's aspiration. His goal in life is a very thought-provoking goal. It is built on philosophy. He wants to fuck. Yeah, literally. He just like me for. In a flashback, we see his backstory. His dad went and committed, and this Yakuza dude, with no shred of sympathy, tells him to get 700 grand by tomorrow. Shit is rough, but luckily, he meets an injured Pochita. Through a devil contract, they become the good old duo we know today. In the present, Denji is riding in the Yakuza car to kill a devil. Dude, it's such a simplistic scene, yet it is so skillfully done. It's just a car driving, turning, and entering the warehouse area, but it just looks so lifelike. The scenes are shot in a way where the car comes from the right and crosses the view and gets farther away to the left, which highlights the movement. But I ain't no film student, so we're moving on. In the actual warehouse, the Yakuza dude reveals his betrayal, and Denji gets stabbed up. This scene is creepy and straight out of a zombie movie, but the devil in the middle is ultra terrifying. What the fuck am I even looking at? What do I stab to kill this thing? As Denji gets chased by zombies, the camera movement and directing shines as we see a mix of first person, Resident Evil lingering still shots, and this smooth pan to the left as a zombie catches up to him. It invokes a sense of professionalism in like film, like an actual movie with real humans. It genuinely looks like that. It looks like someone grabbed the camera and filmed this. We then see Denji getting stabbed up, and his screams combined with the visuals is gut-wrenching. The scene cuts and we see Denji straight up dead in the garbage. His blood leaks from his mouth over some money, which I interpret as symbolism for how Denji sacrificed his own flesh and blood to gain money. But look at where he ended up. Now, I wanted to mention in the flashback, the soundtrack is so fitting for this scene. Here, have a listen.
他のデビルハンターに殺されるかもしれない。
It's like Minecraft music, but creepy in a way. It coincides with the scene's happy time visuals, but dark subject matter. When Denji dies, he wants Pochita to take over his body. Except the opposite happens, as Denji's limbs are reconnected by what looks like wire, and Pochita becomes his heart. In his inner world thing, Pochita fucking speaks to Denji, establishing a contract where he becomes his heart in exchange for Denji showing him his dream. Denji reaches out, but no Pochita. He looks down and sees a familiar chord in his chest. We hear this melancholic kind of EDM track in the back as Denji takes the cord and pulls it. The horde of zombies collectively give him a group hug. Seriously, what the fuck is this? Bro is literally just hugging. We then hear it. A chainsaw. Suddenly, flashes of light fly across the screen as blood erupts. We jump straight into one of the best fight scenes in the year so far. Before we get into the fight scene, I'll give my thoughts about the animation at the end. Denji just sits there, menacing. Then he flies out towards the devil and punctures that bitch. He gets knocked back, then gets dealt a blow to the head by a pipe. But no matter, he shakes that shit off and gets to work. Anyone want some rotten flesh for dinner? Right here, ring it up, ring it up. The devil throws zombies at him, but he's like, get that shit out the way. I know I wasn't gonna talk about animation, but he leaps up towards the devil and slices that motherfucker straight down the middle like he's breaking a karate board. And just like that, I remember to breathe again. Just exhilarating, bro. The hype music, the insanely dynamic camera movement, and the sound effects echoing the total destruction happening on the screen. Bravo, Mappa. Bravo. Oh, except, and here we are, the CGI. The CGI was pretty fucking bad. Great, like, I thought the scenes it had were well made. I don't exactly know how CGI works, but I mean, it looks good. There was a couple scenes that were iffy to me, like this one where his movements seemed a little slow, the acceleration of his swings, but I mean, that's the only scene I have a problem with. Everything else looks good, and even great. This scene after he buys the devil was smoothly done to show his exhaustion, but the scene after that actually looks amazing in my opinion. It's so fucking hard. But obviously, 2D animation is superior, and Mappa delivers in every aspect of it. I mean, I can't even, bro. This running scene is so well crafted down to the very last pixel. I bet you didn't even notice how the background blurs as the camera focuses on Denji, or how there's blurring after he leapt to show slight disorientation. You don't notice these things, bro. You gotta go frame by frame. That's how much details in this shit. Anyways, bro goes on a killing frenzy, and a certain red-headed individual walks into the warehouse. Obviously, it's Makima. And like, it's the first 2 seconds of seeing her, and this coat animation is unnecessarily good. Yo, editor, add in some barks real quick. Yep. The simps are here, I guess. Also, his Chainsaw Man attire just like melted off. That looks disgusting. The episode ends with this beautiful scene that
none of y'all Discord mods will ever fucking live, bro.
The ED sounds great, but I need visuals, bro. Overall, I mean, what did you expect, bro? For my manga readers out there, you already knew that this episode was gonna be a banger. But even for my anime onlys out there, like, the hype it accumulated, it had to be good somehow. And Mappa just delivered in a whole different aspect I didn't even think about. I didn't expect this animation to be so good. Some scenes literally looked like someone grabbed the camera and used their devil fruit or something to turn it into animation. Some scenes resemble real life to an almost uncanny level. The CGI looked great, with a few exceptions being The soundtrack was perfect. The sound design was excellent, especially in the warehouse, and that goddamn opening is a masterpiece, bro. And of course, the 2D animation is that classic ungodly Mappa animation. 10 out of 10 episode. Is it better than Bleach? Absolutely fucking not, bro. I don't care what any Chainsaw Man fan is gonna say. I'm a fan of Chainsaw Man too, right? But it's Bleach, bro. Like, the hype is like more. It's been a decade. But let's get back on Chainsaw Man. Just wow. This episode, just like I had hype, and then as the trailers went out, I had more hype. And then as the opening came out, I had major hype. And as the anime went out, my hype levels was... Thank you for watching. I'm sorry this video took so long to fucking get out, but I wanted to make it perfect, bro. And yeah, peace.